Now we are live. All right, big man Steph, you ready for round two?
Round two, let's go.
All right, guys. So round two, we had our first live talk last week, and we almost did like 4 hours, which was like crazy. And this time around, we're gonna try to keep it a little more shorter. Try to be a little more clear and to the point. But yeah, so we got a lot to discuss. This is gonna be like our first chance seeing Alonso and his new Real Madrid, seeing a little snippets of like what is actually possible for the new season and under his leadership. So we're gonna go through like a breakdown of the Club World Cup, and yeah, Florentino Perez seems like he actually really wants to win this competition, right? And Madrid are gonna go all in to get it. It's a lot of money, and yeah, Madrid they want to win everything. So we'll talk about the Club World Cup. We'll talk about Alonso's Real Madrid, what to expect. And then we'll actually talk about what players are fit for Alonso in this competition because we have a few injuries. And then as well, we'll also tie into some of the announcements that were made this week. I don't know about you, but actually I looked over the announcements just today. And yeah, it's actually exciting, man. I know everything was like official already, or we already knew, like, yeah, Huizen, and then Trent, and then also Mastantuono were coming in. But now that like it's on the official page, Madrid have made it official. They've done the presentation. I'm like, oh man, okay, I feel something, man. I feel something. So we'll discuss about that, some of the players, some more insights onto like what we think about, like, yeah, Trent, for example, right? And then the last thing would then be Bellingham. So should Bellingham really be playing this tournament, or should he actually do his surgery, or should he have already done his surgery? By the end of last season, pretty much, right? Yeah, not going to international duties, and then we could have had him earlier on for the upcoming season. So, yeah. So, how are you feeling today, big man, Steph?
Yeah, like one of the things that surprised me the most is actually Trent presentation.
Yeah,
the guy was speaking Spanish.
Was he? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay, because I didn't see it, man. Like the whole time or what?
Fluent Spanish, though. Fluent Spanish.
So he's been gunning for this for a long time, then,
yeah,
huh? Oh man, like, how are Liverpool fans gonna feel about that now, man?
Like I work in the gym, so there's quite a few Liverpool fans. They're not having it. They're not having it. I don't understand why they're upset with that, but hey, you can learn Spanish pretty easily. But it looks like he learned for like quite some time, though.
Man, he's busy. He's busy. They're under a lot of pressure, and you're telling me like now he's learning Spanish on the side. So that must be like what, a year or something? A year, maybe even more. That you were gunning. You were gunning from Madrid. Like, I'm surprised.
I was surprised. I was like, wait, hold on. Is that Spanish?
Yeah. Because then, so like he kept this low key then, like, because nothing ever came out about this.
Yeah, he's better Spanish than Bellingham. Can you believe it?
Oh my days, man.
I would never expect that.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy, man. But I think I just saw like a snippet of the headlines. He was saying that Madrid would be the only club he would leave Liverpool for, right? Yeah. So I think, yeah, a lot of the times like players always say this about the club they go to, right? But I think in terms of Madrid, like, yeah, you can actually believe it, so
yeah. What he said like makes sense. It's just like I think the journalist was a bit sneaky. They're trying to tell him to say things that he doesn't need to say.
Okay.
Like in Madrid, above Liverpool, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
That's the journalist game anyway. Apart from that, yeah, that was interesting to see his presentation.
Yeah. Okay. So we got 3 people joining us in the live chat today. So let's get started with welcome, and we can get started with the Club World Cup, right? So yeah, what are your feelings about this competition? Over the last few weeks, right? We've seen how it seems Florentino is very serious about this competition. Like he wants to win it. So what's your take? Like, how would you feel if Madrid win the competition or if they lose?
First, if they win, yeah, good for Madrid, good for the money, whatever. If they lose, it's fine. Like, it's no big deal, and it shouldn't be put too much pressure on Xabi Alonso.
Mm.
But at the beginning, I wasn't really like looking forward to the competition. And it looks like Madrid is the only team that actually wants to to win it. The
Yeah.
other teams, they don't really care. But yeah, for me, mostly, I think they should use this as maybe a preseason
Mm.
tournament instead of like the whole competition that they should win. Just use it as a preseason, because I don't know how long it's going to be the preseason after this. We
Mm.
don't know it's also like how long they're going to stay in the competitions. Just use it as a preseason, basically. That's how I would enter this tournament.
Like what I'm thinking about, yeah, like with the other teams, like I'm surprised maybe that other teams aren't taking it seriously, because in terms of like money, you earn a lot more money. Maybe not the whole package, but in terms of like, yeah, winning the competition, you earn a lot more money than you would in the Champions League, right? So I'm thinking, for example, if, yeah, we know Madrid have money, right? And they're very careful about how they spend it. But for example, let's say they win this competition. Could this mean that, okay, one of the transfers that might have been one of the big transfers they might be planning for next summer can actually become a viable option for this summer, right? So, for
Mhm.
example, William Saliba, so like 80 million pounds Arsenal would want, right? Something around there. So, could this actually maybe fast track some of the changes that are already projected for like next season?
Yeah, that's a possibility, but I don't see Arsenal selling Saliba this year. Not
Yeah.
this, yeah, not this year. Probably maybe next year, maybe the following one, because
Mm.
they're trying to convince him to sign a new contract. So this year, I don't think so. But who knows? Maybe a centimeter. Because when you
Yeah.
think about it, you already have like five uh, center back available.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just saw this morning, Rudiger now is back to training.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so Alaba is back.
Uh,
Militao is back.
well, we'll see about Alaba, man,
Yeah,
because uh,
that's five defenders. So if you
yeah,
upgrade anybody,
yeah.
uh, and then you bring Saliba, that means you're still gonna have five defenders.
But I don't think you can count on Alaba in terms of fitness, because I don't think fitness-wise he's going to improve in the coming season, unless he gets like some proper time, like to rest and then like slowly get integrated again into the game. But yeah, so Huizen, right? Rudiger,
Mhm,
Asensio,
mhm.
and then who am I forgetting?
Militao.
Militao, same thing. He's also going to take some time as well. Like he's going to take some time to get back to match fitness, because I remember like one thing Virgil van Dijk said after his ACL injury was that like it was going to take him like a year to get anywhere close to the level he was before the injury, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be the same for Militao, especially being like his second one in the space of like a year and a half or something. So I think with Militao this season, it's really about like a slow introduction into the games, right? And seeing how he copes, because even for example, the start of this season, like he was playing game in, game out. And we were talking about it, man. We're like, the way he's running, the tackles he's putting in, like all good, man. Like I appreciate it. But dude, like how have you not snapped your knee already, man? Because like honestly, he was going gun-ho into it. So we actually have some comments. So this time we remembered.
Yeah.
So we got Ala Madrid, always good to hear, right? uh, and then we have, what's this? So Xavi should take Alaba, Militao, Cava steadily. Yeah, so true. Don't
Yeah.
expect too much, like more than 15 matches this season. Yeah, man, like you really have to.
I agree.
Maybe it can be a little bit more, but I think you have to nurse it, man. Like Van Dijk, when he came back, like he wasn't performing at his best, and then maybe this season now he's really picked up, right? So it really took him like a full season.
Mhm. Yeah. So they're gonna play more games than that because there's a lot of games starting with the World Cup. Obviously, they're not going to play those games. Alaba might play,
Mm.
but Militao and Kawa, no, I don't think so. But then Yeah, I think there's gonna be so many games they're gonna play like in the Copa del Rey, and the thing is when
Yeah.
they're gonna play Copa del Rey, there's gonna be like in weird grounds, like with the pitch not the best, whatever. It's gonna be like not the perfect way to come back after those type of injuries, but they have to take what they be given. So they're gonna play more than 15 games if they all stay. By the way,
Yeah.
uh, and I think like Xabi Alonso, he's gonna learn from all the mistakes Ancelotti made in the past
Mm.
and do better. Hopefully.
So do you think five? Well, we can really say six with Child Many, six
Mm,
central defenders. Do you think
No, no,
that's
no, no, no. If you say six, that will be either Jacobo Raman,
okay? Yeah.
or eventually the kid that got the ACL as well. All of them ACL, damn it.
Okay.
What's his name? Joao Martinez.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. So getting some kids from the academy and actually giving them a chance. Like
Yeah.
I think from the discussion we spoke about last week as well, I'm thinking like Hausen. Like if he comes in and like he really like makes that position his own, I don't see why he can't be like the first. I think one of the first choices for that center back role because we know how we feel about Rudiger. Asensio's had an amazing season, and yeah, I'm looking for him to also step up as well, right, and compete with Hausen, right? So who, it's going to be really interesting because I don't think any that center back right now is held by anybody. Militao is not his at the moment,
Mhm.
so the opportunity is there. So if he really like goes in and learns quick, he needs to learn quick, man. That can be his position, and I think that could be quite interesting to see what he can do at Madrid.
Yeah, I agree. Well, especially we don't have that many left-footed. He's left-footed, right? He is. I think he is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think we don't have that much left-footed in the squad in general, anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be to have him. Oh, actually, now we got more with Mastantuono.
Yeah. Well, it's about time, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, like random guy says like 15 starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 starts could be possible to them, but it's still pushy, I think. But yeah, we got somebody from Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, that's good.
Now we're talking, man. Okay. Okay. All over the globe,
Becoming
man.
international.
Yeah, man. Welcome, brother. uh, and then yeah, Hausen and Trent. Yeah, progressive balls definitely. Yeah, so that I think is going to be the thing is, man. If you look at Madrid's squad, Madrid's team, when it comes to progressive carries and progressive balls, man, each player really has the potential.
Yeah.
We didn't fully use it like this season. I don't know why, but man, when you look at that midfield, like it can be Camavinga doing it, it can be Bellingham doing it, it can be Valverde doing it, it can be Trent doing it, right? Hausen now. So like, there's so much potential to actually carry the ball and to break those lines, right? And I think now that's something Madrid needs. It's just like a little bit of cuteness, because they have that directness when they're playing quite well. But I think you just need some players, like just to be a little more cute with how they play, right? So I'm kind of banking on this guy Mastantuono being kind of like that visionary who can like kind of spot little passes, right, little chips over the defense, or Hausen being able to spot like a ball from like all the way in the back, right? That's what we were missing from Militao as well. So I think Madrid have a lot of different qualities to each of their players. And I think, yeah, like this season and the previous season, it was just like a lack of direction. But I think if with Alonso, man, he's gonna be very like very detailed. And I think with these kinds of players like these days, just from hearing like people like Roy Keane and like Gary Neville and everything speaking about it, like you really have to tell these players what to do, right? Because it's less so like you don't really get your Ramoses anymore, right? Where like okay, he'll just see what to do, like he'll take the onus on himself and then play his thing, or Ronaldo or things like that, right? So I think if you give these young players like that direction, okay, this is your position, this is your trigger, like when to press and everything. And if they fully understand that, like I see no reason why, like honestly, this team in 2 years time isn't dominating Europe.
I think like Xabi Alonso, he's just gonna have to need to find a different way of like merging all these players together, because he's got different profiles than what he had in with Leverkusen, and he's got the quality. Look at the squad. The squad is insane. And again, last season, regardless of the way we were playing, how bad we were, etc., we still compete for every trophies. Apart from the Champions League that we lost in the quarterfinal, but we still compete to every trophy. So imagine if you manage to actually make them play the way you want.
Yeah.
And we got no issues. I think this is an exciting season for us.
Like as great as this Barcelona team was this season, we're 4 points behind them.
Yeah.
We're 4 points behind them, man.
Speaking to one of my friends, Barcelona fan, he's like, our team is so great. That was your best season ever. That was our worst season, and you're still competing for every trophies. You, when it's your worst season, you go into Europa League.
Yeah, exactly.
They barely qualified in a Champions League as well.
Yeah, it's just different levels, man. Because I think even, for example, like with the front three, right? They didn't have the best of seasons, but Mbappe is still chipping in with 43 goals. Vini is still chipping in with 40 goal contributions. Rodrigo's still playing his part, right, throughout the season. So I think this season is going to be scary. But I do think, it is going to take time, because if you look at some of the managers who came in before, so what are we saying here? So Xavi transformed 60 million verse into a 140 million player in 2 years. Excited to see how Arda Franco develops with Xavi. So true, man. So true. Random guy, you're on it, man. You're on it.
That's what I'm saying. If 140 million for Wirtz, then 150 for Rodrigo minimum.
Yeah, I know. Man, I said that. I told that to my brother. And he was like, "Who's Rodrigo?" What do you mean, who's Rodrigo, man? Like Champions League winner, 2 times, like playing for Madrid, like that guy, man. Like honestly. So he would just fall into that team, man. Even though Arsenal, I don't even think would be the right team for him if he does go. But I think, and what else we got? Okay, Xavi will bring structure to the team and also improve the players. Literally, Endrick, Arda started to regress under Carlo.
You guys have faith in Endrick. I don't.
Huh? What was this?
You have faith with Endrick? I don't.
I do, man. Honestly, like, why not? Why not? Because for the chances he's shown, like the opportunities he's got, what more could he have done? 7 goals from he barely played. He got 1 start in La Liga. Yeah. 1 start, 5 goals in Copa del Rey. Like he showed plenty that he's able to do, right? So for example, the thing is with Madrid, right? I feel, and I think this is going back years. They never finish a game. They take too long to finish a game off. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, first half, boom, 3-4 goals, right? The game's over. They finish the game off quick. That's always been a thing of Barcelona, which I was like, okay. Because now, if you finish the game off quick, the last 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes, the half, right? You can introduce some of these young guns. You can give Endrick a chance. Okay, what can you do? Show us what you can do, right? But Madrid are always fighting, man, until the very end. It's like, dude, man, just kill the game, right? And then we can now start to do some tactical changes, right? So I think for me, man, what the little time Endrick has actually had, I mean, what more can you do, man? Like he's shown you how one, he's raw and he has that character. He's willing to take onus on himself and then to try to get that goal, man. His first thought is shoot. And that needs to be conditioned a little bit, to be a little more smarter, but that is now going to be down to the coaching from Alonso. And I think with those small details, you'll be able to help these players, right? So same thing with Arda Güler and everything, and this whole team, man. I want to see what he can do with that midfield we have now, right? And then potentially somebody else coming in. So what is he gonna do with Valverde? That is what I'm interested in,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
man, we got some more comments from these guys. Yeah, it's a tough time. It was a tough time for Arda, and yeah, Endrick. No, that's so sure. That's true. One way, yeah, could be interesting. I think could be interesting. I think since our chats last week,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay, I'm thinking a little bit different about Rodrigo.
Ah,
Okay,
you go.
a little bit different. A little bit
There you
different.
go.
A little bit. I'm still like, okay, if 150 mil comes in or anything close to that, boom, he can go. But
Mhm.
I am thinking a little bit different. I think mainly the Xavi influence, because like I said, man, like we have like a true like tactician, and he just needs to find like the right pieces of the puzzle, right? So I think he can do that, because yeah, man, like a lot of people already see him as like an elite manager, right? And then now this is he's already proven it, really. But now this is his chance to prove it for like the big dogs, like the big teams. So
Mm.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I mainly like for this Club World Cup, I just wanted to see little snippets of the changes in play.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be perfect. They can make mistakes. It's gonna happen. Like when Pep came in, like the whole team was making mistakes. Klopp came in. I think it was a little more easier, smoother transition. But man, I just want to see like them passing the ball, them understanding where the other players are, and them understanding, okay, when to try to do like a chip ball, when to try to beat a player. I want to see Vinny's game also adapting and changing, right? Because I think part of the reason with Vinny, with this bad season, is that like what Vinny's gonna do, right? And you have some of those players like Iron Robin. I think was the best example. You know exactly what he's gonna do, but you just can't stop it. With Vinny, you know exactly what he's gonna do, but now defenders have kind of copped on, right? And he made it so easy, man. They just pass the ball forward and try to run for it. The defender's already running that way, and you still do it. I'm like, dude, like, or there's always yeah, 2-3 people monitoring Vinny, right? So I know technically Vinny is not the best, like in small spaces and things like that. But man, those are things like he can definitely like adapt, right? Like just to know like, okay, when to pass, when to give and go, and then when to go for that run, right? And then also I want to see players also running off the ball. I feel like we actually didn't see that much this season, right?
Mm. Do you know? I'm going to reply to you guys with the way I am thinking, Random and Joshua. I honestly wish that his ascension, Endrick, I'm talking about Endrick, will
Mm,
be as similar as Vinny, maybe even
mm,
better.
yeah.
Uh, the difference is like, yeah, of course he scored goals like here and there. His IQ football is it's just not there yet. Like, and hopefully Xabi Alonso will help him out, but it's IQ football, like. mm.
It's better than Vinny's. When Vinny first came in, it's better than Vinny's.
Yeah, but Vinny, the difference with Vinny is he didn't have choice. Like they had to play him because there was nobody that could like fit the role. I think when he came, Asensio got injured pretty quickly,
Mm.
so he had to play. Hazard came after, but Hazard wasn't performing, so he didn't really have to adapt.
Let's not
So,
even mention his name, please.
but Hendrik,
That's it. No, no,
we give him time. We give him times to learn from the others. We're not throwing him into the cage with lions, etc.
no. Mm.
But even with that, I don't see like I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
Let's
I'm
let's
hoping, I'm hoping, guys. Like I'm hoping he's gonna prove me wrong. But from what I'm seeing right now, it's
mm,
gonna be tough, and you have to also think about this major factor. His competition is Kylian Mbappe.
mm.
So like he's not gonna have like that many chances. So all
Okay.
chances he needs, he has to take them.
The thing he has going for him is, well, two things. The first point is he's a goal scorer. So he's a goal scorer and he's clinical. So I think in that sense, that is really important because like a lot of football teams throughout the world are struggling to find that like striker, right? And I really miss like just like an out and out striker, man. You know, so like I think that needs to get introduced again into the game. But Endrick, I just see him as an out and out striker, right? So I think in terms of like finishing, he can finish, right? When it comes to shooting from outside the box, or he needs to get cute about how to find his way inside the box, right? So that's, but I think in terms he has that going for him, he can finish and he can score goals. So once again, 7 goals from the little time that he had available. Is that not more than Rodrigo this year or something? How many goals did Rodrigo get?
It's not.
So I think so that's, and then second is that the development is super key, right? With the coaching and with the manager. And I want to pose you a question. Through Rodrigo's and Vinny's development, you know, from when they first came in and then now, who do you think between those two has developed more?
Oh, Vinny.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So this is what I mean. This is the same kind of potential I see in Endrick, because for me with Rodrigo, I feel like he can be so much more. You know, so much more, man. I think he can take his game like 2, 3, 4 more levels. You know, because he has the quality. But at the end of the day, like it doesn't just come down to the quality. It comes down to that work ethic and that development. So Vinny, for me, I mean, has shown you year in, year out, barring this last season, has been developing, right? And Rodrigo, he developed, but then it's like, dude, you have the potential, right? It's like these players kind of like frustrate you a little bit, you know. It's the same with like with Neymar, right? Neymar accomplished some amazing things, right? But you're like, yeah, bro, you could have been on the same level as Ronaldo and Messi, but you don't, like, but you didn't. You didn't continue that development.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, okay, do I see like that raw talent or that potential in that player? Yes. Do I see that work ethic and that anger and that drive and that aggression in Endrick? I so do. Arda Güler, we'll see. We'll see. He's a little bit kind of like a different player, right? But I think he also has that drive as well. That he wants to improve himself, right? Random guy. So I think this could be. I think Madrid should go for this. I know you were saying like he's different from Joselu, but it's a different way to play, you know. And for me, Joselu, he worked quite well. So now you have the option, Mbappe is the starter, right? But hopefully Alonso is gonna have the guts, like, to things aren't working. Okay, Mbappe off, or change style of play, change things up a little bit, right? So I think if you have Endrick, giving him his chances, and then now if you also have Budimir, you know, having us play like a different type of way, right? And that's what Madrid have always been good at, right? Because, like, dude, we won the Champions League being able to adapt. You know, like, we will play front three. It was Benzema, Vini, and Valverde. Valverde was killer on that right wing, man. You know, so I think now, depending on, like, for example, who we're playing, we're still developing, so we can't always play the way we want to play. But do we have a different way to play, right? Can the other team actually, we don't want for us to be so predictable. Okay, it's going to be Mbappe, Vini, and Rodrigo all the time, right? They're going to play this way. So we need to just have a little bit more different toolkits in our shed, right?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see about Hendrik, you know. What was the next subject?
Well, let me see what these comments. What these guys say. So transforming average players to invincibles. So yeah, what can you do with this Madrid team, right? And then decision making improved like crazy. 24. Yeah. So I think that's it, man. It's the decision making. So that's something Vinny has improved in. And I see potential in Endrick that as well, because I think he did change his game a little bit in that second half of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Because man, at the end of the day, man, it doesn't matter if you're technical. You still got to execute. like we spoken before about like Dembele. Like remember him from Spurs?
Yeah.
Technically amazing. You couldn't get the ball off this guy. But where is he? Well, what did he do?
I saw him in a baller league or something like that in London. This guy, I love the guy. I would have loved seeing him in Real Madrid. Like
I love the guy too, but I'm like, what happened? You know, why didn't he go to a big team and dominate? You know,
he chose China.
Yeah, but even still, man, you know, like he could once again technically, boom, sound couldn't get the ball off him, man, on par with Messi. Like people couldn't get the ball off him, honestly, you know. But yeah, at the end of the day, like it's not about that technicality, right? It's about like the actual execution. So that's the most important thing for me.
No, but Joshua said it well. I think what Xabi is going to do with those players, I think like. Yeah, we have a manager that can actually improve each and every players, apart from Rudiger.
He's a lost cause.
But I'm so looking forward to see what he's going to bring. When is the first game? Is it on Tuesday, right?
It's Wednesday, no? Let me double check, but I think it's Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. And so, who we playing against?
Al Hilal. Yeah, it's on Wednesday at 9:00.
I wouldn't be surprised if we lose that game though. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose that game. Like Madrid is capable to lose that game and still win the whole tournament after.
Oh, that's true, man. That's true, man.
Because team there's I think there's players like what's his name, the defender, he used to be at Napoli, Chelsea as well. I forgot his name.
I like that guy as well. It's on the K, right?
Yeah, the goalkeeper is the one that was supposed to be, that was close to sign for Real Madrid. He was in the Moroccan goalkeeper as well.
Yeah.
I can't forget any of these names. But anyway, they have like good players though. And they keep winning the Champions League out there.
Yeah, actually, let me check their team. See who else is there.
They have good players out there.
Yeah, man. Have you followed any games from the? Go ahead.
Do you know who's playing the World Cup? I just realized today. Ramos is playing the World Cup as well.
Yeah.
With Pachuca.
Okay. Oh, sweet, man.
Pachuca.
Yeah, we're facing this thing.
That's
our second game.
Is it? We're gonna play against Ramos? That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant, man.
We lost against Sheriff, but still won the Champions League.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's crazy, man. You know, like when was it in the winter transfer market when there was that talk about Ramos wanted to come back right to Madrid. Man, I was like, you know, like I was thinking about all the good times, you know, but in the end, obviously, it's not a good idea.
We were decimated.
I felt like, you know, you would. I know, man. Honestly, I like best defender, man. Best defender. Like for me, Ramos and Pepe, man, my favorite duo. My favorite duo, man. Koulibaly.
You know, Joshua, Koulibaly. He's talking about Budimir. I understand this, but what has been done with what's his name, with Joselu, I think it's just one season. I don't think it's going to be repeated the same way that it's been. But if that works, good for it. But my concern is,
but why wouldn't it work?
Sorry,
why wouldn't it work?
It's not.
Why wouldn't it work?
My concern is like if we bring Budimir, so that means there will be less game time for Endrick. So in that case, we might have to loan him out.
I think there could be enough game time for all of them. Like you said, there's a lot of games. Ancelotti, for whatever reason, just wanted to play with the same 14 players.
You guys forget how Mbappe is greedy. Mbappe is greedy, though. He's
I
greedy
don't
in terms
care,
of
man.
he wants to
I don't
play.
care, man. Sit down. No, sit down, man. Like half the game you're not even running. So like no, like like I he can't play every game. It's
Now,
not like back in the days. It's not like back in the days, man. He can't play every single game. So having that option, like you can't tell me Budimir is gonna say no to Real Madrid, even if he comes in and only plays like 10 to 15 games like all season, right? Like you're gonna be in a Champions League contending team, La Liga probably winners. You're gonna win so many trophies, and you're telling me you don't want to come for like one season or something to just get like what experience it is. Like he's 33, right? So why wouldn't he come?
I got no idea how it is.
Even if it's to sit on the bench, man, sit on the bench like for 1 year.
I wouldn't say no. I would.
Yeah.
I'll take him. But I'm saying if we're talking about Hendrik and we bring also Budimir, then it's not going to play as much as he should play. That's all I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, but I think, man, there's definitely opportunities in there, man. There's definitely opportunities, and when it comes to La Liga, the guy has was it 17 goals or maybe even more or something in La Liga?
I'll take it.
So man, I'm like, yeah, those are 17 goals, you know. So and then we see with Hendrik, maybe for example, okay, yeah, we'll see maybe wintertime, right? It's not really working out for Hendrik, and then maybe he can go out on loan, right? I do see potential in Hendrik, but I think in terms of like just having that different option, because for me, Hendrik and Mbappe, the way they play, once again, is quite similar. Different in a way, but quite similar in terms of dribbling, going past players, and shooting from outside the box and things like that, right? Mbappe obviously is more technical, but I'm talking about like in a game where like, okay, it's just not working for Mbappe, it's not working from Vinny, the system isn't working, right? And we just need something different, you know. So I think we definitely need that, man. And those are tools that we had in our toolkit a while back, you know, with Isco, you know, coming in, Asensio coming in and doing something different, right? We just always had those players on the bench who were like, okay, boom. Asensio, man, same thing. All he needed was like 10 minutes. Boom, goal. Yeah. Beautiful wonder goal, man. Madrid are crazy, man. Like no other team can do this, man. Man.
Hi, James. He's just arrived.
What's up, James? Welcome to the party. Is that Rodrigo on the? Oh no, it's the Chow Manny.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, James?
Man. So, yeah, just want to go through what random guy is saying, and then also Joshua, and then we can look at who's actually fit for these competitions, right?
Yeah.
So first game one. Yeah. No, it's so true, man. Yeah. So true. Yeah, man. Honestly, it's crazy, man. It doesn't even make any sense anymore, man. Players don't get any time to rest. Like honestly, it's becoming too much, man. Like there's no off time. There's no holidays for these guys, man.
Oh, that's one of the reasons I'm only watching Real Madrid. I don't really watch other teams anymore.
It's too much.
Too much. What am I doing on my? I want to watch some animes, you know.
Same, man. So Budimir can play midweek games. We should never start the players every game like last season. Rotation.
I agree.
Chances at winning treble. Yeah, man. And yeah, Madrid have never done the treble, right?
No, we never.
We do doubles.
But we never.
There are a few doubles, yeah, but we don't win the treble, man. So that'll be a nice thing to achieve.
If we do it, it's fine. Like, but it's not something that okay, we have to do it, you know. Because I'd rather not winning a treble and then keep winning like every season or every other seasons, but doing a treble and then not winning for like 10 years is to me. That's sometimes that even like this rivalry with Barcelona and Madrid. Like I want Madrid to win all the times, but I'd rather like lose a Clásico and win La Liga title than winning the Clásico and not winning the title.
Yeah, no.
I really, that's
Def-
how.
definitely get you, man. Yeah, so okay, let's finish up with Budimir. You're saying a yay or a nay to come in?
Yeah. No, I'll take him. I'll take him. It's just like we need a clear plan for Hendrik in that case.
Oh, you care about Hendrik all of a sudden, yeah?
No, it's not like I don't care. I don't. You have more faith than I do, but
Yeah.
he's our players, and we need to find a way for him to grow within us. I want him to go to the World Cup. You know, I don't want him to win the World Cup. I want France to win still, but I still want him to want to go to the World Cup. I want him to be able to be a major player for our team.
Yeah.
Budimir, probably if he signs, going to be for 1 or 2 seasons. And then what about Hendrik? Hendrik, if he stays, he could be for the next 5 years, 10 years. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. A lot of people on Death Note.
Well, yeah. I'll be honest, guys. I've watched Death Note not long ago. Season 1 was okay. I think it's overrated. Sorry. Yeah, the plot twist is just like, oh, you're not happy with somebody. Oop, you write his name on a book, and then like, come on again.
I'm still on Attack on Titan, man. Like I might even start rewatching again, man. But okay, so James, yeah, before we're talking about the
we don't judge.
So yeah, James, we were talking about the Club World Cup, our opinion. So I think we can kind of summarize it that Madrid don't need to booyah. The number one, man. The number one always. So, Madrid's whether they lose the Club World Cup or win in terms of like Alonso's assessment, doesn't really matter in our opinion. But I think winning it like doesn't really matter. But I think for me the most important thing is, okay, you want to see some snippets of like what he might be able to accomplish in the new season. Just seeing, okay, what formation, what's the little style of play, like what's different from last season. So yeah, like they can lose. It's probably going to be like a kind of hard transition because we really are going, I think, in just a different way to play, right? So it might take like the whole season, which for me personally, I'm okay with. But at the same time, it is Madrid, and Madrid, they're still going to win something, right? So 4 points behind Barcelona when we've had a terrible season. So I think with Alonso, with a few tweaks here and there, I think we can still have a transitional season and then still win La Liga. Champions League might be a little more iffy because some other teams actually stepping up, right? Like PSG, Liverpool are going to be scary when they get Verts and some of the other players linked to them. And who else could be in there? Yeah, I think those are maybe the favorites for next year, right? I guess throw Inter in there as well, depending on Inzaghi's gone though. So
yeah, but Inter will always be there here and there, you know, like not every season they are doing the things, but here and there, like every 2-3 seasons, you know, they're gonna be around.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you sort of who's favorite. So in the order was PSG. I think second was City, which they have. I don't understand why they're there. Third one was Bayern. Fourth one was somebody else. I forgot who it was. And then us, fifth one. I like that. So then, like, there's no pressure on us. And again, for me, I don't expect too much from this World Cup, but I'm expecting at least quarter to a semi-final.
Yeah, man. I think like semi-final is like a given, or not a given, but like at least semi-finals, right? Like quarterfinals, semi-finals. Yeah.
If we go through the group stage, we are playing either Juventus or City.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It'll be nice to play Juventus. I'm tired of playing City and beating them.
Yeah, I hate Juventus as well.
I know, man. I know. Okay, Juventus or City?
Since they stopped cheating, look, they can't win anything anymore.
Yeah, I know, man. Man, what a downfall, man. Like to be honest, like if it wasn't for like just being too many games, man, it would be really nice to follow the Italian league, man, because it sounds like it's quite interesting.
This since the lockdown, the Italian league has been like, I think, one of the most entertaining. You know, that every year they have a different champion. You know.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like there's nowhere to watch it.
What's your favorite anime, man?
Yeah, I was showing the Dragon Ball.
Booyah. I'll go with for me. I grew up with Dragon Ball, but man, after seeing Attack on Titan, yeah, man, I gotta go Attack on Titan.
Yeah, no, yeah.
What days, man?
Twist out there was crazy, but I think the best arc that I've ever seen was Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
The end arc. Oh, that was insane.
Yeah.
Not the whole anime, but this arc, I think, is one of the best that I've ever seen. The emotions that you get through is crazy. But back to football because
all right. So I think let's look at so actually wait, this comment, then we can look at who's fit for Real Madrid. So James, Mbappe and Vinny must carry us to the competition, Champions League, if the others are still getting used to the tactics. Yeah, I think these are the big stars, right? So regardless of like transition or whatever, they have to perform. So and I would have to throw Rodrigo in there as well. So if Madrid is not performing, then Alonso should be able to rely on you just to get us out of these situations, right? I'll even throw Valverde in there, man, because if we let Valverde loose, man, honestly,
I'm counting on him to be the leader. But you said earlier we need to check also who's available for the tournament at the moment.
Valverde is injured.
Yeah, but he's back in training. He's training.
Man, to be honest, man, I wouldn't even mind Valverde seeing this out. Like I know, Florentino wants to win, but I wouldn't mind a few players sitting this out. So Bellingham and Valverde. Valverde has played too many games, man, for years. And we really saw at the end of last season that it's starting to catch up on him. You know, so he's only human at the end of the day, man. Like if you look at Klopp's team, right? Klopp's team was absolutely amazing for like 3 seasons straight. Boom, a lot more on them, a lot more better to watch than Man City, right? And really, they should have won a lot of competitions, but Madrid in the Champions League and then City in the Premier League. But you really saw like when was it last season or the season before when they had that drop, you know, or maybe 2 seasons straight, where like they just didn't have the intensity anymore, right? Like the players, they couldn't run anymore. And Valverde started playing with Madrid from a young age, playing exactly the way he's playing now, right? So he has a lot of like mileage on those legs. So I think we have to nurse him and like not playing every game. I know he can play every single game, but he's one of our leaders, and I want to see him have a successful career and a long career and retire at Madrid, man. Already never leave, man.
He's not leaving this club. Like if the day he leaves, the hardest day. Like, oh no,
like everybody else can go. Like your Mbappe's, your Vinny, your Rodriguez for me. Anybody else can go. Like Valverde, man, that would kill me, man. That would honestly kill me.
I don't think I know anyone that doesn't like Valverde. Everybody, even like Barcelona players, Barcelona fans, they will say that, okay, they wouldn't say that he's better than Pedri, but they will still say they like the guy.
Yeah.
Tackle against Atletico, we know he's the man. So I'm counting on him to retire at Madrid, you know.
Yeah, no true. So so the other thing we're talking about is also Bellingham. Like, do you think that so we got a new guest? What's up, Tony? Welcome. Good to have you.
I thought he retired.
He's back, man. He's back. So
thanks for
I think because Bellingham's surgery is scheduled for right after the Club World Cup, right? When it finishes, so either we I think it's already set date. So whether we continue in the competition or not, I think it's a set date or something, right?
But is it confirmed or?
Yeah, maybe not. Okay, but anyway, he is gonna have a surgery after the tournament. I wouldn't have minded him already having the surgery when our season finished, so that he can be ready for the new season sooner. Because now he's back in December. You know.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully, hopefully maybe October. Hopefully. Yeah. He needs to. Valverde definitely needs to be rotated more. But for Bellingham, I wouldn't have gone there. I understand it's the first time like this tournament it's been organized. I understand the hype about it for them to get the money, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, your career is much more than that. He should have done the surgery straight when the season finished. Not going to the international stuff. Look after yourself, look after your body, get yourself times to get back for the World Cup, because you have World Cup next year. So that means you're gonna have 6 months to prepare the World Cup, 7 maybe. I don't think like he's done the work, but I'm not in his position. He was also competed for the Ballon d'Or. Maybe that's why he didn't want to do the surgery last year. But yeah, at the end of the day, it affected him. I thought Brahim also had shoulder injuries, but it doesn't seem to be as bad as Bellingham.
I didn't know.
Yeah. He had the same thing around the same times, but it doesn't seem to be as bad. I had also my.
That's why he was out as well. Okay.
Yeah, I had
like
also
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, my shoulder. So I dislocated my shoulder a couple of times. For you guys don't know, I used to play football, and you can play with it, but sometimes it's gonna pop out, and probably it happens to him as well. It pops out for like a few seconds, and it comes back in, and then you can run, you can do, but you're never gonna be 100%. So I think he really needs to go for surgery. He just forget about. That's my opinion. He should forget about this World Cup and then come back sooner and stronger.
Do you think it affected his game this season?
In the long term, probably, because at the end of the day, do you remember? Yeah, there was a time when like he couldn't finish in front of the goal. Maybe that was the reason. We don't know. Maybe it was just like a phase that football players are going through. But because he hasn't done the surgery, there are always going to be some doubts around this. Now, him going opens opportunities for others, for Arda Güler,
the Brahim,
for Brahim, and also for Rodrigo to be if we're playing at 2 strikers, for Rodrigo to be the starter as the number 10 role, and to make sure like when he comes back, Bellingham comes back playing as a centre mid. He should.
Exactly. So injury list, Courtois. You know anything about him? Is he going to be back for this competition?
He's already. I've seen everybody on the pitch, but Camavinga, Endrick, and I think and Mendy. All the rest of the players that they're training on the pitch.
Okay. So we have our players available then. Mendy. I don't know what's going on with him, how long he's going to be out for, but I don't think there's any need to rush him. I think just take care of Mendy, man. We're going to be using him this season, so take care of him. Oh, Carvajal was back training, right? He was training with the main group.
All of them are back training. I think they do like maybe part of the session with the squad, and then like some sessions. But also, Vinny is injured. He came out.
Okay. He's off.
Yeah, he
I think he's also tired, man. I think he's exhausted. It seems
he was holding his thighs, his hamstring, and Ancelotti took him out straight away. And obviously he was arguing with Ancelotti as usual. But why you take him? Come on, man! Like you don't need, you scored already.
Was this against Barcelona?
No, the last game against with Brazil.
Okay. Yeah.
So he scored, so they won 1-0, and then after he took him off. So maybe it was precautions, maybe just to make sure he's not missing out on the World Cup. So if I was Xabi Alonso, I wouldn't play him the first game, or at least on the bench.
Yeah, I fully agree. No, man, I honestly, I know, yeah, it's a risk, like getting rid of a coach like Ancelotti, right? Because serial winner, and he knows how to win and everything. And then getting this up and coming manager like Xavi, who this is his first like big team. But yeah, it can go either way. But man, I don't see how this fails. I honestly don't. I mean, you have the players we have, yeah, the manager we have. I mean, like the only thing is maybe going to be like if some players are being like bad eggs and like not buying into the system or the tactics or whatever, or are causing trouble like with Xavi or something. But I honestly don't see how this fails. I mean, just looking at the press conferences, man, Xavi was made for this role. He's made for Real Madrid manager, man. The guy is so cool, so calm, so collected. I'm like, man, it's like he's had the position for like 10 years, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no. I think also we have to think this way. Some of the players, they have to fight for their place in the squad now. They have to prove themselves, we're talking about Camavinga. You just mentioned it, Joshua. Mendy also. I don't think Rodrigo has anything to prove, but he has to show that he is the player that he thinks he is. And I think a guy like Brahim needs to prove a bit more, because it's going to be his first season. He has to show that he can compete with them, because Brahim will start in the big teams, in probably 60% of the big teams. So he needs to also show more. Tchouaméni needs to show a lot more.
I think with Brahim, because you were telling me for a while, man, like Brahim's a player. And then I wasn't really looking at him like that because he pretty much came in to replace Asensio, right? And Asensio, man, like, yeah, what he did for us was like amazing, right? Like he was that different option, and then also competing with Rodrigo and the likes of that, right? But I think Brahim has come in, and yeah, I don't know what you think, but I think when Brahim is fit and he's in good performance, he's playing his best consistently, I much prefer him to Asensio because of what he offers.
Oh yeah,
because in terms of like technical ability, dribbling, scoring, I think goal-wise they're pretty much similar, like in their output. But then also the defensive work, and then also him being able to chip into midfield for Bellingham or go on the wing for like Rodrigo. So for me, I think at the beginning of this season, if it wasn't for if buts and maybes, if it wasn't for Brahim's injury, and he was performing like he was at the beginning of that season, man, I think Rodrigo, it would have been a tough season for Rodrigo because he was really, I think he was just like making things work, and he shows up, man. That's the thing. He shows up when like the big players aren't doing it. And that's what I want to see more from Rodrigo. So from the chances that Brahim gets, he scores those important goals. He scores like the first goal, right? And he finds like a way to get through and to be clinical and to do something for the team, right? Yeah. So I think when he came back from injury, it just didn't work. He wasn't in his rhythm. He couldn't get past players. Like his touch was a little bit poor and everything. So he never fully got back into his form. So, but I remember like Rodrigo, because before that, I think Rodrigo got his injury first, right? And at the start of the season, ahead of Brahim, because he had come on for like one of the games and he got injured, and Rodrigo was like on the subs bench crying. And for me, I was like, man, because man, your place is like, like your place is up for grabs. And Brahim, the way he's playing now, but then Brahim, I think a few games later, or if not the next game or something, he got his injury. And then Rodrigo is now in that starting lineup, right? But I think in terms of Brahim, for me, he's one of those players who he's a really good player. And I think he's appreciated by Madrid fans and the players in the players and everything. But yeah, for Madrid, he would never be like a starter. That's the only thing. But if he's one of those players where you have to look at performance. Like he's just putting in goals, assists, and like now, okay, you got to give him the place, right? But I think technically he's amazing, and he takes that responsibility.
For a lot of people, he reminds us of Messi, the way he runs, the short guys that can just like go through your legs
Yeah.
with the ball.
Yeah.
But I think he was one of the guys that also gave up on Ancelotti, because Ancelotti, no matter what he was doing, would at the end of the day put him on the bench. So I think he was misused by Ancelotti most of the time, and he will be one of the guys that would have a massive impact, especially in La Liga. I think earlier Joshua mentioned about mid-game, mid-week matches. Those type of games, he would be massively important, just like many others. But he will have to show us a bit more, because it's going to be his first season in a row. But in total, it's going to be, I think, his fourth seasons, because he was already there for like half a season. But Madrid, he loves Madrid. You can tell he loves. He just needs to prove us that he can do more than what. And I don't expect him to score like 10, 15 games a season. I just need him to perform, to be like the guy that supports the teams and the strikers the way he can do it. Because I think he can do it. There's a in the timeline, for me, he can be a starter, maybe as a number 10, or eventually going back when Valverde needs some rest and take that position. I think that would suit him very well.
Well, if we're going for, let's say, if we're going to be playing like 4-3-3, start of the season, Bellingham is out. So I don't see why he's not a contender for that midfield role. If you have Camavinga, Valverde, and then Brahim, because we've seen and he's proven that he can do a job. He can come in and literally do like what Bellingham does, right? In terms of like going forward and defending and controlling the midfield and everything. So man, this season it really is like if you perform, you're gonna play. You're gonna get chances. So every player, like the opportunity is there. You're gonna have a manager now who will reward you like for the effort you're gonna put in, right? So I think it's honestly exciting times for Madrid, and I haven't been this excited, for the potential of Madrid in a while, right? I've been wanting to, in terms of like play, because I just want Madrid's game, play to improve. If we're gonna watch 2 hours, 2.5 hours of this team, man, it's gotta be enjoyable, man. It's gotta be enjoyable. I'm coming home from work. I'm excited to see the game. Don't show me what I saw this season, man. Like honestly, I was like, there's just nothing. Like it was like, I was like, are these professional footballers? Like, what are they doing? Like, there's nothing on this they're showing us right now, man.
Tiring, honestly. But my question is, all right, so if we bring in a midfield, and maybe guys also in the chat, if you can reply to this, if we miss in a midfield, and who do you think should come in the team, knowing that Zubimendi is supposed to sign for Arsenal?
Yeah.
Who do you think like should come in?
Yeah, Joshua, Tony, random guy. You guys still there? So I think Yeah, for me, I think that the Zubimendi one, man, I just want him to be over and done with, man. Just go to Arsenal and like make your decision, man. Dude, like what? First, last season was going to Liverpool. It didn't happen. Now Arsenal. I thought in the wintertime it was a done deal. Like he's definitely going to Arsenal. And then
Yeah.
now there's all this noise of like a possibly Madrid. You don't rate him that much, right, Zubimendi?
No, to be fair, I wasn't sure, but I was more keen to take him because he's Spanish.
Yeah.
And we need more Spanish player in the team. And then I saw him against France last week or 2 weeks ago, and he was amazing. So I actually would like him to join us more than anyone else. And if it's not him, it could be the Steeler guy, but I haven't seen him playing, so I can't tell. So in that case, Zubimendi will be my first choice, and maybe instead of buying I don't know, Enzo Fernandez or whatever, just bring back what's his name, he was with us. He's at Com now. Nico Paz. There you go. Nico Paz, and trying to transform him and play in a different way. You know, I need players from Castilla, also, and be able to play in the first team. There's a guy that is going there, Shema. I know he's very tall. I know he was praised with La Castilla, but I don't know what he brings in the team right now in his game. So I'm expecting him to step up as well, and maybe pretend to be a contender for this position as a backup.
Yeah. Joshua was saying Stiller could be a good option. Plus Arda can do a job in midfield in the Modric role, I think.
Yeah.
So Steeler.
That would be a midfield free, right?
What's this?
Midfield free, right? Not midfield, not four in the midfield.
Was Steeler there or what?
No, because if we play Arda in that position, so that means we're free in the midfield, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll take that as well. I'll take that. I don't want to see him in the right ring anymore. Yeah, that's
yeah.
I'm done with that.
Yeah, no, I think midfield is his position. So Arda. So I think also as well Steeler. Yeah, I don't know anything about him, but he is kind of like that playmaker profile. So whoever it is, I don't care. We need somebody who can play that position. So and as well, I think with players like Steeler and Zubimendi, I think they're not a guaranteed starter, right, in the midfield. So it could be it's good competition for someone like Camavinga, right? Because midfield we know Bellingham and Valverde, they have that's their position, right?
Yeah.
But then there's now one. If we play three, then there's now that one opportunity, right? So I think some friendly competition, some good competition for Camavinga, because he's definitely Camavinga is a player, man. Do you think Camavinga? Yeah. Do you think part of the? I don't think there's really any issue with Camavinga. I think he's proven over and over again that he is good enough. He is a Madrid player.
Yeah.
He's proven it in big matches, boss in the midfield. Do you think because we have Bellingham and Valverde, that kind of whereas his position is kind of let's say, would he be like a box to box, or he's not a defensive midfielder?
He prefers played as the number 6 role, as in a number 4 Michael. He prefers that, but because he projects himself so much, he's especially Ancelotti was not really happy with that. But I believe he completes more the midfields with Valverde and Bellingham. Especially Bellingham, he loves playing with Camavinga because he knows that he can go forward and he has this insurance that guys can technically give him the ball. Tchouaméni cannot do it. Now, he needs to stay fully fit.
Yeah.
Stay fully fit. He also needs to learn a lot about the game off the ball. With the ball, I've got no doubt. Making mistake. This is part of the game. It's not an issue. But for me, it's like more off ball sometimes. Like, and I believe like he actually can win more balls in a 1-to-1 situation than Tramini. But Tramini is more intelligent in terms of his placement.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't be the guy that also like taking him down.
He's good at something, right? Like,
yeah. So he has more room for improvement, but he also have more potential. Hence why I believe this season will be the season for him to actually like learn a lot from Xabi Alonso. He's both of them. I think they're going to learn a lot from Xabi Alonso. I think Camavinga would be very essential in Xabi Alonso's system.
Do you think that maybe this first season, when it comes to Tchouaméni and Camavinga, this is almost like maybe the final opportunity, because if it doesn't work this season, then it shows that okay, it doesn't work in terms of this midfield, and
Absolutely.
then now they need to go and get like a midfield who's now going to complement Bellingham and Valverde.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. And okay, Shema is a number. Yeah, I think I've seen him playing Joshua Shema for like a couple minutes, and I was like, okay, he's got abilities, but it wasn't enough for me to judge anything. And Nico Paz as well. Yeah, I'll bring it back just to play. Yeah, in as a backup in the midfield, not as a number 10. But yeah, but for Cameron and Tramini, yeah, I think if they don't prove that they can be the players that we want them to be, one of them will leave next season, not this season, but the following season. And they will be ashamed because obviously, especially Camavinga, we took when he was like what, 18, 18 or 19, maybe.
Yeah.
And again, seeing them growing, and then like you expect them to be this type of. I don't expect them to be the best midfielders in the world, but I need them to be the players that can make sure the midfield is not in danger every time they're playing.
I think with Camavinga, I get the sense he is an intelligent player and person. So with Xavi, I think tactically, like he's going to grow a lot because. Yeah, from what he's shown, I think Camavinga should be able to boss and control the midfield. He's quite good at he's good at a lot of things in the game, and I think he has the technical ability to control that midfield. Playing as a central defensive midfielder. Yeah, it's not his preferred position, but hey, that's the position that's available. Because also as well, he's not necessarily the best at tackling, or at the best at positioning. But he does put in that effort, right? And so I think that's one thing that can definitely improve, right? But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of players go to the next level. And that midfield, I think, is more interesting. The front three is interesting, but I think the midfield, like how that's going to gel, is going to be something to look out for, right? With Nico Paz, at this moment, like I feel if they were going to get him, to be for the team, for the new season, everything. I feel like they would have already done it by now. But yeah, last week you mentioned, okay, if they get him, they might, for example, sell him on, right, for, I don't know, 40 million or something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with all the quickness Madrid were doing, like with some of the players, that Nico Paz, I think, would have been really like a simple one, come back, and they didn't do it, right? So this actually can tie in nicely to some of the new players that we have that were announced this season. No, sorry, this week. But wait, let me get this comment first. Joshua. Rulien had a poor first half of the season because of the role change, but he was very instrumental when he is played in his right position. When he is confident, he is a proper player. Man.
But Joshua, the thing with Germany, so I'm French, right? That's why I'm speaking that way towards them. It's in France, we don't rate him. We don't rate him. We think he's an okay player. We don't think he's a Real Madrid caliber. And he's been here for 3 seasons. And out of the 3 seasons, he doesn't have a complete season that would say, oh, yeah, he's been in. When he came the first season, he was amazing, but only for like 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Only for 3 months. And then after, I think he got injured. And then there was the World Cup. He performed well at the World Cup. After the World Cup, went down. And since then, there was never a time that we said like he's our midfielder. There was always the debate that people would say Camavinga should play, but Germany, that's his position. But Camavinga should play. There was always this debate. While when it was Casemiro or when it was Xabi Alonso playing, it was okay. It's their position. Now,
Yeah.
When he went at the back, I do understand that. I do understand that it's not his position. I do understand that he prefers to be in the midfield, blah, blah, blah. But he's not dominant in midfield. With the size that he is, and with everything that he has as abilities, he should be dominant. He's dominant in the air, in the box, in corners or free kicks, whatever, for us. But I'm not especially waiting for him to be dominant out there. I'm waiting for him to be dominant in the midfield. And there was a reason why he got booed the way he got booed is because he was bad. Ball in his feet. He hasn't shown anybody that he's actually a proper player. And that's coming from a French guy as well. That's the reason why we just. So I personally think he should be sold this summer. Now we have a new manager, so I'm keen to give him a last chance. Compared to Camavinga, Camavinga doesn't have that many opportunities. Yeah, he didn't have like a season when he was a starter. He was always in competition with either Cruz, either Modric, even competition with Mendy. And we've seen much more coming from Camavinga than we did from Germany. Now, again, new manager, new season, new system, new role. I'm hoping he's gonna step up. If he doesn't, it's time for him to go.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, but not this season because of the issue we have in the back and everything. So I think he can be very useful in midfield because we don't know what's Camavinga's fitness is going to be this season. We don't know how Valverde's fitness is going to be this season, and Bellingham as well.
By the way, last season when Camavinga got injured, that was Charmy that injured him at training.
Yeah, in the training.
He was off for 2 months though.
It was an accident, though, bro. It was an accident.
It was an accident.
Yeah, I think in terms of like fitness, like he's one of the players. He's actually one of our fittest players in terms of like he's most of the time available, right? Yeah. He does have some knocks like each season, right? Like a few.
No, he broke his metatarsals. Right? He broke his metatarsals, and then since then he hasn't really recovered from that.
Yeah, but he has played a lot of games. These last few seasons. So
I disagree, Josh. Yeah, I disagree. He doesn't. No, the step is too high for him. No, no.
Yeah.
You know, if you remember, there was a game
Mm,
when he got the ball at the back, and everybody was shocked because that was a shamble. He got the ball, we give him. It was like in near our box, and for like 10 seconds, and 10 seconds is very long when you're a football player. And for 10 seconds, if the ball was in his feet, it felt it was burning his feet, and he even lost it. And everybody was just like, "Whoa, this is a player that plays for Real Madrid."
mm.
I need to show that clip. I will send it to you at some point. So you'll be shocked. That
Yeah,
game, I that's when I realized no, he can't be a Real Madrid player caliber.
yeah. All right. So last take on Kamavinga, and
Mm.
then
Yeah, it's time to shut down. Yeah, I need to go to work.
all right. Let's. You got 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
All right, sweet. So yeah, then let's talk about the new signings then. So it's made official with Trent. Well, first it was Huizen, then Trent, and then now Mastantuono.
Mhm.
So what are you expecting from these three this season?
Uh, I'm the signing that I'm very happy with is Huizen
Mm,
as a centre back, mostly because he's Spanish. And I need to see something different than the centre backs that we have. So him, I'm looking forward to see what. To be fair, I haven't seen him play along that much. He played against France; it was amazing. Uh, but he also crumbled because they still scored 4 goals, France.
yeah,
But good in the ball. But the guy can score like a bicycle kick. What's going on here?
yeah.
Take that. Trent, we know what he brings to the table. So hopefully his defensive um, part of the game will be improved.
He's
And
26 then.
yeah, and the kid, I would say I don't expect much for a 17-year-old kid.
Mm,
And I surely don't expect him to be a star, like
mm,
most media are saying. I think it's insane to say things like that. So that means you're putting pressure on a 17-year-old kid
mm,
that's going to come from not even another country, from another continent to play with the biggest club in the world. Now
mm,
let's give him time to grow and to see how he's going to fit in the team. And again, I think maybe one or two signing can come in a
mm,
midfield, Stiller, maybe, and a striker, Budimir. Why not?
mm.
So yeah, let's see. But
Carreras.
yeah, Carreras, you know what? This it sounds complicated right now. Apparently, Benfica is not willing to negotiate the way Madrid wants to. So
Mm.
who knows?
Well, if that's the left back that Madrid have identified, I think, yeah, man, just pay the 50 million that they're asking for. Whether he's worth it or not, yeah, we don't know. Like we'll see. And then you need to think of okay, if not him, they were talking about, or there was rumors about Grimaldo at
Mhm.
Leverkusen. He seems a lot more different as well, like to Carreras. So
I'll bring back Hernandez.
Miguel,
No, Theo Hernandez.
yeah,
Yeah,
you think he can do a job?
he can. I think like he needs to he needs to sort out his lifestyle, because
Uh,
he had like issues. We're not gonna um, say anything about it, but he's got like a few issues.
yeah, so
Outside.
I think with Hausen, yeah, Hausen, what I would like to see from him, just to take responsibility early on because he seems to be a mature kid, and I think he believes in his abilities, like going forward or back. I haven't seen him, but just from what people are saying, I think if he needs to be aggressive, like I know coming to Madrid is going to be challenging. The dressing room is going to be tough and everything. The pressure is going to be on him, but Madrid's center backs the last few years have always been aggressive. So I think if we see that, and also intelligence in his play, positional sense and everything, I think it would be quite interesting. It could be
We
his.
we had Varane that succeeded, and he wasn't that aggressive. So it could be a balance because we already have Rudiger, Militao, and Asensio that are very aggressive. So
I would
having
say I would say Varane was aggressive in terms of front foot. All right, like if he's following the striker, he's following the striker like in into their own half, right?
yeah,
Or yeah, he just doesn't hesitate. Okay, use your speed, use your abilities. He's good on the ball, so don't be afraid to beat a player and then find that pass, right? So I think more in terms of the confidence and then also the aggression, also in the tackles as well. Because if Madrid go back to a similar kind of level they were a few years ago in terms of like dominating games and then leaving like let's say two people at the back, right? Two or three people at the back. Then he needs to have that aggression, that confidence to then like go and go up against like Lamau, right? Okay, I'm coming, I'm getting the ball off you, right? I want to see him being on the front foot because that's what's I have that image of like Alaba doing that, Militao doing that, Pepe doing that, Sergio Ramos doing that, right? So I think Varane as well. Like he was always like the last line of the defense, right? Covering for Ramos and everything. So I think, man, like it really is like an open canvas for these players. Like perform and you play.
yeah.
And okay, so I think we'll finish off with Asensio because he also signed a new contract as well this week. So yeah, what's up? We got a new guest
Wait,
here.
Asensio signed his contract.
Yeah. This was this where did I see this? This is on the Madrid website, no?
So what I've heard is he changed his lawyers for his case, and then now it's Real Madrid lawyers that are like looking after the
Okay.
thing. So that means like they're confident, and that means he's going to be cleared from. Okay, so if he signs, that's good for him. That's good for him. Yeah, quicker. Let's just like reply to a couple questions, and then
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he hasn't signed yet. Actually, my mistake. But yeah. Hopefully he'll sign soon. But okay. So yeah, what are you expecting from Asensio? Then we'll cover the comments, and then that's it for today.
So he's going to be the starter alongside Dean. So I'm expecting from Dean to take a bit like the role of the leader of the defense, and then him to be the dog, the pit bull of the defense. That's what I'm expecting from him. I don't expect him to be the leader. I like his attitude. I like the way he's aggressive all the time.
Yeah.
I don't expect him to be a Z player, but if he is, like, hey, good for us.
Okay. And then okay, so Franco, free kick specialist. So that's gonna be interesting. Because yeah, at the moment, like now, free kicks, yeah, Valverde's on them. Who else is on them?
Mbappe.
Mbappe scored. Yeah, he scored one, right? One free kick.
He scored two officially. Well, they
Two,
said
yeah?
one, but he scored two. So from now, I think he's going to take all of them. The guy.
Yeah. I want to see Vinny on those free kicks. I saw a few of them. I was like, "What are you doing?"
No free kicks, no penalty. Hey, just be on the side. Just do whatever you need to do, and that's it.
And actually, we can close it off with Rodrigo. So yeah, we actually had a nice conversation last week about Rodrigo extensively.
Sorry,
like an hour and a half just talking about Rodrigo, what we think about him. But I can give you a little summary. So for me, I'm like, okay, team comes in, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, between 100 million to 150 million on the table. Then I think Madrid.
250? You said 250.
Is it a 250? No, sorry, 150. Sorry, 150. If that's on the table, I personally think that Madrid are gonna will sit down with Rodrigo. Hey, if you want to go, you can go. I don't think Rodrigo is untouchable anymore at Real Madrid, and I guess the same with Vinny as well. Because of
I don't think anybody is untouchable in Real Madrid.
Well, Mbappe at the current moment, like yeah.
Yeah, but if he wants to leave, he can leave.
You think they'll just let him go if he was like, okay, I want to go to, I don't know, Bayern Munich or something?
We got him for free, so right now we can cash in.
Free. It's 100. It was 100 million signing bonus, man. He ain't free.
It's fine. You would have given them much more to PSG anyway. So
not true. So yeah. So for me, I think I'm open to Rodrigo going because I don't think for his technical ability, what we know, that he has been he's shown it enough. He hasn't taken that responsibility for the team, and we need players who are going to take responsibility, because I feel a lot more heat is on Vinny and Mbappe, because we expect these players to score a goal each match. We expect them to have an assist, to have an influence on the game, right? Regardless of tactics, regardless of how we're playing, right? And I think Rodrigo, because he's in that front three, he needs to be put in that same category. So his goal contribution the last 2 seasons hasn't been good enough, like 20 goal contributions in a season. So this season possibly a little bit less, I'm not too sure. But I think he needs to perform better, because I think there is other players out there right now with a better profile who can fit into this team and get us to be a lot more balanced. So Mastantuono, case in point in terms of profile, but it's going to take him a few years to develop, right? But yeah, a player like, for example, like in the profile, or really just a left-footed, man. Really as simple as a left-footer and somebody who has that vision. So your Salas, your Sakas, your
one of the left-footed guy. You have it now.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, I'm not expecting him to take Rodrigo's position this season, right? Like he's way down the pecking order, unless he comes in and does some crazy stuff. But Brahim is ahead of him. Arda Güler is probably ahead of him as well. Endrick maybe in that position is also ahead of him. So I'm not really expecting too much from this kid, and I wouldn't even be surprised if maybe they loan him out or something. I would be even surprised by that. So I think for me, Rodrigo,
63 millions, he's gonna stay.
Yeah. So I think with Rodrigo, he needs to give more. Like I want him to be in the same. I want him to be like you're saying. Florentino Perez is saying, okay, this player is going to win the Ballon d'Or one day, right? Okay, like your Benzema, right? He likes those players. That should already begin now, because he has a technical ability, and if he takes more responsibility, I don't see why not. He's not in that conversation, right?
I agree, but to me, Rodrigo needs to stay. He's gonna stay, and Xabi is gonna turn him into a monster. And if he wants to leave, 150 minimum. If Vince is going for 150, Rodrigo is the starting conversation should be at 130.
Yeah.
Well, Kingsley thinks we're gonna win the World Cup. I mean, we have a good chance. I don't think so.
You think it's gonna be European teams? Obviously, right? Yeah.
You never know, because at the end of the day, some teams, in a one game after the group stage, it's just one game. It's not like in the 2 games competition anyway after that. So you never know, but PSG for sure right now.
Yeah.
Especially Dembele is competing for the Ballon d'Or. Dembele to make sure Yamal doesn't win it. And anyway,
man, Barcelona fans will never shut up, man. If Yamal wins that, man. No, I'm sorry. He's amazing. I just don't want him to win because we're Madrid fans, man.
Personally, Pedri should win it ahead of him, and Rafinha as well. But he has a good chance of winning. And if it's not Dembele, it could be Hakimi. Because we're sleeping a lot on Hakimi, but Hakimi actually had a better season than Dembele. It's just because he's the right back. Also because he's African. Let's be honest. And Vitinha also has a good chance, because Vitinha just won the what's the competition they just won again? The National League.
Oh yeah, the National League.
Yeah.
Is that rated? Is that really counted the negotiations?
Well, apparently, if Yamal was winning, that's what they were saying. So then, in that case, yeah.
All right. So yeah, this is the last one. Then we're done. So we covered this at the beginning of the chat. Bellingham under Xavi. Yeah, he's a midfielder. I want to see him in midfield. And yeah, I don't want to see him anywhere else. I don't want to see him in the left. I am scarred this season. I don't want to see him on the what was it, the left or the right?
At some point, we've seen on the right side. I was like, what is he doing out there? I don't want to see him everywhere. I just want to see him.
Man, those last two Barcelona games, man, Bellingham looked lost, and it was really sad, man. He was getting frustrated, and I was like, dude, you're not doing anything on that football pitch. Like Pedri right now is just like toying with you. Like it was ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous, bro. Oh man. All right. Yeah.
I don't want to see that no more.
No. So yeah, Bellingham midfield, Valverde midfield, and yeah,
Rafinha midfield as well.
midfield. Play our midfielders in midfield, man.
Enough of bullshit. Yeah.
Man, it's too much, man. It's too much. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us in this chat. And when do you want to do the next one, big man?
We'll see, because my holiday's coming, but I think definitely we're gonna do one after the World Cup for sure.
Yeah.
And then we get in touch with all of you guys at some point.
Do you want someone like midway point in the competition?
Well, if we go through the group stage, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I think if we go to the group stage, then we can talk about how it's looking so far, analyzing our what we've seen from Alonso. But yeah, all right. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. All right.